With radios and old televisions, this static or noise is heard when a signal is not received. The sound is due to electromagnetic atmospheric noise, man-made electrical devices, and thermal noise that is present in all electric circuits. We call this kind of noise white noise. The reason why this is called white noise is because the sound is all audible frequencies with energy equally distributed across all frequencies, and is analogous to white light, which denotes the presence of colors of all frequencies. Another type of noise is pink noise, which can be created by filtering white noise. Where white noise is all audible frequencies with energy equally distributed across all frequencies, the energy intensity of pink noise decreases by 3 decibels per octave. To our ears, white noise seems to emphasize higher frequencies. This is in fact due to humans hearing on a logarithmic scale. But if we look at white noise on a spectrum analyzer, we see that it's a relatively flat representation of all frequencies. On the other hand, when we look at pink noise on a spectrum analyzer, we see that there is a sloping down to the right, which is due to the intensity decreasing by 3 decibels per octave. This is why to our ears, the lower frequencies are emphasized in pink noise. There are many uses of noise. Pink noise is used to calibrate audio equipment, since the distribution of power is equal across all octaves. This is in contrast to white noise, which would have higher power in higher octaves. The reason for this is that there are more frequencies represented in higher octaves. If we look on a piano, in the lowest octave A to A, the frequency range is 27.5 Hz to 55 Hz. But if we look at the highest octave A to A on a piano, the frequency range is 1760 Hz to 3520 Hz. So, if the energy is distributed equally across all frequencies with white noise, then there is more energy in the upper octave than the lower octave. Pink noise gives a balance of energy across all octaves, making it the best fit for audio equipment calibration. Noise is a great source of randomization. The sample and hold module on a synthesizer can take a snapshot of the noise sound and use the frequency that is captured to control something else. The snapshot is the sample, and the frequency is held until another snapshot is taken. The triggering of the sampling comes from a clock associated with the sample and hold module. We can hear its effect on a filter with high resonance level, and also on the pitch of an oscillator. And if we look at the output of the oscillator on a spectrum analyzer, we can see the random frequencies jumping around each time a new frequency is sampled. There are some devices and apps that use noise for sleep aid. We can understand the reasoning for this by just recalling that noise is heard when a signal is not received by a radio antenna because it isn't powerful enough to overcome the existing noise that is present. So, if you have a noise generator making a sound when you sleep, it will mask outside noises that might cause you to wake up. In a similar way, these noise generators can be good for calming animals during a thunderstorm or when there are fireworks. The noise will mask the sounds that are alarming to them and will help to keep them calm. If you have ever worn noise-canceling headphones, you might wonder how it works. There are microphones on the outside of your headphones that pick up the surrounding noise around you, and then that audio is processed using phase cancellation. In essence, your headphones play back a signal that is the same surrounding noise but flipped vertically. When this audio is played along with the surrounding noise, they add up to 0, and the noise is canceled. All acoustic musical instruments make sounds that are very complex. One of the ways that we are able to differentiate instruments from each other is the way their initial sound starts. The striking of a piano by a key contains some noise at the very beginning, and this noise is different from that of a string being plucked by a finger or played with a bow. When using electronic instruments to synthesize acoustic instruments, noise plays an important part. For example, if we want to synthesize the sound of a drum, we need the note that is produced along with the noise of a mallet striking against a treated drum head. On the synthesizer, I have a sound that has a quick attack and short decay, made using just a sine wave and a filter. But if I add some noise to the mixed signal, I get a sound that starts to become more realistic. And if I want cymbals, I can take some noise, filter out the low end using a high-pass filter, and we get something that sounds metallic.